In the last part of the series, we've built a very simple counter application. But this application still has some problems. For example, the onClick method and the counter that we pass for a text are obtained by the state. So our presentation component is coupled very tight to the state of the app. And in this second episode, we want to decouple the presentation from the state so we can reuse the components. But first, we will extend our DevTools so we can see how state changes inside a Redux application. In order to do that, I will include the awesome Redux DevTools extension from Chrome into the application. There are several ways how you can add Redux DevTools to your application. I will use a method where we are patching our compose function that is coming with Redux so we can add middleware later. So by passing compose enhancers to the Redux store as its second argument, I'm basically just passing compose, which doesn't change anything for the store. So by passing compose enhancers like that now doesn't do anything for the store, doesn't change anything, we can use it to access a special compose that the Redux DevTool extensions are defining on the window object if they are present. And this special compose function has a rather long name, so let's see if I can get it right. It's Redux DevTools extension compose. So if the Redux DevTools extension compose is defined on window, which is the case when the Redux DevTools extension is installed in Chrome, I will use the special compose that it is exposing. Otherwise, I'm just using the standard compose for Redux. So the last thing we need to do is to actually import the compose from Redux. So let's add them to our imports and let's hop over through the browser and see if something changes for us. And indeed, you can see the Redux DevTools open to the right, and right now there's just the init action that every Redux application uses to start up the application, and if we click the button, we see that we get increase actions. At the bottom you can see several tabs to inspect what the action did, like the action itself. It's just a plain action with a type increase. This current state of the Redux store, so currently the store is of the state 3, and the diff of, so the state change from the store prior to the action and after the action. So the prior state was 2, now we have 3. And as we can see, clicking the button directly leads to a dispatch of the increase action and changes the store. So let's decouple that. In order to make our presentation reusable, we need to decouple it from the store. And the first step is to get rid of the increase action that is describing a concrete action that is possible in this store. So what we will do is we will introduce a new action that is called button clicked. And I like to use past tense here to suggest that the action happened in the past, and I will refer to it not as an action but as an event. So every past tense action I will call event in the future. And if we go to the browser now and click the button, we can actually see that the button clicked action is triggered and the state does not change. So what we can do now is we can react on the button clicked action and use it to trigger an increase action. And we will do this not in the presentation layer, and we won't do this in the state layer. We will do this in an all new layer that I will refer to as the business logic of the application.